It's week 9 of the NFL, and all eyes are on Saquon Barkley. He'll be a focal point of his offense this week. It's the Giants and the Eagles. All that and more coming up next.
We welcome everybody to the Garden State. EA Sports coverage of the NFL finds us at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Today, it's a Week 9 matchup. We are all set to go, as it'll be the Philadelphia Eagles taking on the New York Giants. Alongside my partner, Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, you take a look at this Giants ball club. They come in playing pretty good football, winners of 4 of their last 6 games.
And the offense last week, they had things humming. If you're a defensive player, you may get overshadowed a little bit, but you're really buoyed by what your offense is doing.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Eagles, they can't be any better as we hit the halfway mark. A perfect 7-0 on the year.
And when we looked at this team in August and we looked at the schedule, we thought they had the potential to get off to a hot start. But I don't think either of us expected 7-0.
The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final 2 bring us as we're off in Week 9? And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. So here are the Giants ready to start their initial drive of the game. And they will be led out by their second-year quarterback.
And they are in rhythm on offense because of him. I mean, right now, he's got everything going the way he wants to, finding the receivers the way he wants to, looking over defenses. No interceptions is the number I lock in on. Before a touchdown pass isn't so bad either.
Yeah, what a game he had last week. Yeah, this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Another good run there for a guy who, remember, on Wednesday was named NFC Offensive Player of the Week for what he did a week ago.
Yeah, and you know it takes some solid runs and some extra special ones in order to win that type of an award. I think he's locked in and wants to get it done a second time.
Yeah, this will be a Giants first down as the tackle made just shy of the 30.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. You look at this Eagle defense, currently number 1 in the NFL against the run.
And I know, just like me, you're fired up about this one because this is the irresistible object and the immovable force. They're going head-to-head, number 1 versus number 1. I've talked about that running backs renaissance for a while. Can they slow these guys down? Where's my helmet? I want to play.
Geez, you are fired up. Something's got to give. On third down, he'll drop to throw. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Jordan Davis in there to get him sack number 14 for him on the year.
A good scheme and an early win for this pass rush. They got back there before he could work through his entire progression and ended that play early.
So on fourth down, here's Johnny Hekker to punt it away. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. Taken from just outside. Now a hit and a loose football. Well, one of the linebackers has got it. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line.
I don't know why, but it's always agonizing to me to see a guy make a mistake in this phase of the game because you can. It's all on him. All eyes there. He's got a chance to make a punt return, and instead he ends up putting it on the carpet.
Puts it on the carpet. The rubber pellets shoot up. Never a good sign for a returner on this field turf surface.
No, not at all. And a bunch of them go up when they're all trying to get to the football, don't they?
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. They'll go to Barkley again. And he's able to work his way down inside the red zone to the 19-yard line. He'll get 15 and a Giants first down.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
They go play action here on first down. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Well, he leads the NFL in interceptions and nearly added to that total.
Got his hand on it, couldn't quite corral it. It's been a Pro Bowl-type season for him, and the term ball hawk really comes into play, doesn't it?
Yeah, I like that one a lot because teams want to avoid that type of a player, but sometimes you just can't. He just knows where the ball is.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. They'll look to throw here. And the throw there going to be incomplete. 4th down now looming after Philly's defense stands tall in coverage.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
And his kick is good. But now there is a penalty marker on the field, so let's see what this is about.
Roughing the kicker. Defense.
So they'll go ahead and accept the penalty. Now a timeout called for by the defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So now then the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal. Up the middle with Barkley. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. Jalen Carter gets him for a loss of 8. What great push up front.
2nd goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football, had to eat it, and ended up on the ground.
After the sack, they come up on 3rd and goal from the 18. He'll drop to throw. And incomplete. They tried to drop it off, but he couldn't hold on.
I thought that was a completed pass until he came in and forced the ball from his hands. Not only did he make a nice play, he brings up 4th down.
And this one is right through. But now there is a penalty marker on the field, so let's see what this is about.
Roughing the kicker. Defense.
And that flag accepted. So now then the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal. They'll set up a throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But it looks like one of the DBs has it. We're scoreless after 1. Start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Eagles in possession as they finally get their chance on offense. 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Here's Hurts. That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
And this is a game where you don't envy a defensive coordinator. This is what you have to game plan against all week. This offense is #1 in the NFL in passing, and they're clicking here early as they get a completion there for a 1st down.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Hurts sets up to throw it. And this is caught. It's Brown. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 18 more yards there and another 1st down.
Partner, he got the DB on his horse on that play. He certainly sold like it was.
Plenty of shouts from this crowd as they watch the replay. They want a challenge, and they're going to get one. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the
After
call.
review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
Winds up a very good call there defensively to challenge that one, as that now will wind up an incomplete pass. Throwing is Hurts. He's going deep for Brown. Oh, he had a man running free, but he overshot him, and it's incomplete. So, Charles, offensively, this group really playing at a high level, 7-0. And we're still a long ways from discussing a potential unbeaten season, I think. But to use a golf expression, no blemishes on the card, at least to this point.
Yeah, I'm at my teenage years where there were blemishes everywhere and the dermatologist was on speed dial. But I do think that they're going to have to start answering questions about this start if they keep winning games. You and I both know, we in the media, will start to obsess about it and wonder, can they take it all the way to an undefeated season?
So the drive takes them into Giants territory now, 1st and 10, as they're down to the 29-yard line. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
First and goal, a chance to convert that early turnover into points. Hurts. And Goddard's got it. Touchdown, Eagles. A great play there. His 11th touchdown of the year. And the Eagles post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this second quarter. What a great weapon. So often, such a big mismatch.
And there's no route he can't run. You name it, he's going to do it. And he's a matchup nightmare for the defense. No matter who they put on him, he's going to win the battle.
On for the extra point, Jake Elliott. He's got it, and the Eagles lead at 7-zip. That time, a 6-play drive. And the drive was all finished off on the touchdown catch by Dallas Goedert. Now, after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. Saquon Barkley and the Giants offense set to kick off their next drive. So far, been so good this season. Well on his way, as you see, to a 1,000-yard campaign. Is he almost having the type of year to where you say, let's let him get his and we'll control everything else?
That's one way to go about it. Personally, I go about it differently. I'm taking on the bullet. I've got to, because he gives his team an identity and confidence. And if we slow him down, now guess what? Everyone starts looking at each other like, who's going to make the play?
Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Miles Jack buries him for a loss of 11 from his outside linebacker spot. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And, partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's the game plan that they've had so far, because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
The Giants on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and a mile. On the draw, this is Barkley. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 12-yard line. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
Well, I think it's back to the drawing board, or should I say in today's game, the Surface tablet after this drive. 3 plays, they go backwards. They will look like they've gotten something going right there, but they'll have to punt the football away to end this one.
On is the punter, Hecker, as he gets this one away. Fielded at the 43. It'll be a 41-yard punt. Give them 5 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. So back onto the field, here come the Eagles for their second drive. And you figure this should be a healthy, arrested, a focused unit, and they're working on a good winning streak. They had the week off last week. This is really a team, Charles, that should be in top 4.
I would agree absolutely with that. What coaches worry about, what organizations worry about, though, is overconfidence. They've been playing so well, and now they've got that extra time off. And we've seen teams come back off the open week and come out flat. So what a lot of good coaches do is they kind of game plan for that with their teams. On defense, they may blitz more in the beginning to get them going. On offense, they may go more up-tempo. Anything to get them out of that lethargy right at the beginning.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. It's complete to Brown, right side. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. That one goes for 16 yards. It sets them up 1st and goal.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? They had a big play a moment ago. Followed it up with another nice one here. And before you know it,
touchdown! Dallas Goedert, his 2nd touchdown of the game, giving him 12 on the season. And the Eagles have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Another impressive drive, so they're 2 for 2, 2 touchdowns. Charles, a great start to this ball game for them.
And one of the words that's really worked its way into our lexicon is stacking. They've stacked momentum each time out, and not only on offense. Between those touchdowns, defense held, forced a punt to get the ball back, and they've played awfully well in this one. Both sides playing at optimum level.
Elliott now to add the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And the drive was all finished off on the touchdown catch by Dallas Goedert. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. And New York set to take the field. And a first half that really has not been kind to them. A late opportunity here to maybe make some inroads on this deficit before half.
And this drive's going to go a long way towards telling us whether they actually have a chance to come all the way back in this game or not.
They'll set up the screen to Barkley. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. Clock rolling as the Giants will hurry to the line. Here's 2nd and 8. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Oh, and one of the linebackers has got it. So they take over not only in enemy territory, but in the red zone at the 16-yard line. He already had the 1 fumble loss, so now 2 fumbles lost here in this first half.
Not setting the pace the way that you want it done. I mean, here in the first half, already twice the ball's come out and hit the turf. Got to find a way to take care of it. Otherwise, they may have to start thinking about maybe someone different at that position.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Here's Hurts to throw. Flush to his right. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Jalen Hurts. A 16-yard touchdown run. And the Eagles will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. So, Charles, that's 3 touchdowns on 3 drives, and it's just been an offensive barrage so far.
Great word, partner, using barrage right there. I'm going to add another word if you don't mind. How about perfection? No surprise that they're leading right now. Absolute dominance throughout this ball game, and no signs of slowing down.
Elliott good with a PAT, and that makes the score 21-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And he'll very wisely take a knee here as they'll bring this one out to the 25 on the touchback. The Giants now going to take over late in this first half. And with a little under a minute remaining, they may try to put something together here just to try to cut into that deficit. They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number one. This one is Slayton over the middle. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry.
That's a gain of 6.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Martin, I think it's high time to get him some passes that he's comfortable with. Some easy throws, some completions. He's not even hitting at 50% thus far.
Well, certainly that has played a big role into why they are trailing right now. And he comes back with one complete. The Giants going to burn their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. He'll find Paris Campbell. That's complete.
Oh, he's brought down. And remember here, no timeouts left. They got to get to the line quick.
So we've reached halftime here, and it's our visitors, the Eagles, leading this one. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, all right, Brandon, thank you very much. Hi again, everyone. Let's get you caught up with what's going on around the NFL as we are officially into the second half of the season. We'll get started up at Lucas Oil Stadium in the capital city of Indianapolis. And it's the Texans who've got the lead in the second quarter. The Texans trying to finish that one off and claim victory. From there, let's head off and check out a second game. And you can see, currently they trail in that ball game. Zay Flowers, a touchdown reception. Finally, let's get down to the Bayou. Check in on the Saints at home at the Caesars Superdome. And it's the visiting Jets who have the lead in that one. Garrett Wilson, a touchdown reception. Both teams making their final adjustments for the second half to come. And to bring the action your way, we go back to MetLife Stadium in Brandon Gott.
From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Out come the Eagles now as they'll go on offense first here in the third quarter.
Right now, everything they touch turns to gold. This is their 4th possession. Touchdowns on their first 3 possessions. I mean, this defense, they can't seem to stop them. It's like they're on skates.
Great analogy, Brandon, because they are pushing them back and winning every...
And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Eagles. A big play there. 77 yards. And the Eagles come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go. Uh-oh, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
Elliott good on the extra point, and that makes the score 28-0. Well, the offense wasn't out there for a long time, but they were out there for a good time. One play, and they're able to hit pay dirt. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They'll try and get this run game going. This is Barkley. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Not a huge play, but I think they're more than happy with how it turned out. Don't be surprised to see them revisit that call because there was a lane there for more than just 5 yards. Put it in your back pocket and break it out when you need it later.
And he stopped immediately there. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be third down.
No gain on the play. Brings up third down and 5.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the Nolan Smith in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down. I don't know what else can be said about this pass rush. They have been sensational. CD, that is now 6 sacks for them.
And how many times do we talk to offensive coordinators and they say a sack is a result of everyone on offense not doing their job? But let's be honest about this one. This is the offensive line unable to counter the pass rush. They've been teeing off all game long.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Returnable here from the 38. So a change of possession here on the punt.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession.
Charles, this offense, they've been on a roll. 2 drives ago they scored. Remember, last drive was that 1-play touchdown strike, so now they're looking to make it 3 for 3.
You know, I talked to a Hall of Famer one time about, hey, when you're on defense and...
Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A great effort there. With now his 2nd touchdown of this 3rd quarter.
And the Eagles are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Boy, he has been fun to watch throwing the football in this one. It's certainly not fun for that defense, though, Charles. Now up to 4 touchdown passes in this ball game.
Yeah, we're supposed to be neutral, but I'm feeling their pain right now because he has absolutely carved up this secondary. A clinic on how to attack a defense and take them out of the game.
Elliott on for the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. They certainly made quick work of that, ultra quick work. One of the fastest drives you'll ever see, just 1 play resulting in the touchdown.
And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. Possession of the football going back over to the Giants. The disparity in this game, it just seems to grow with each possession here, Charles. They are really struggling. They have not put up a single point, and on the other side, the points keep piling up and up and up.
So you know the frustration level has to be rising, right? So they've got to find a way to quell that because otherwise they certainly won't get anything done in this one. Keep diving deeper into the offensive playbook, but bottom line is don't quit competing.
2nd down, here's Barkley again.
And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. They'll set up to throw.
That is caught.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That one goes for 30 yards. Barkley inside handoff. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
It's a loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 44-yard line.
Now back to throw.
And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already. And it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he has another 1st down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 23. Looking to throw. And that is caught. He's got it for a Giant touchdown. Harris Campbell, 23 yards for the touchdown.
And the Giants are able to at least get 1 score back. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, 2nd year in the NFL. I don't know if last year as a rookie if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that. So he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the 2nd-year quarterback.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
This taken in at the goal line.
Unable to corral him. He fights through. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Still comfortably on top, third quarter, as they start things here with a 1st and 10. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. It's 2nd down. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here at MetLife Stadium. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. Right back to Swift again on 2nd down. And he'll earn a couple of tough yards past the 30 to the 31.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. DeAndre Swift with his 14th rushing touchdown of the year. And the Eagles add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Elliott now to add the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And the finishing touch was that nice long run into the end zone. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. New York set to take the field. And just looking ahead, it would appear that that bye week is coming at the right time. They'll have 2 weeks to chew on this one, though probably not one that they want to chew on. A poor performance from start to finish. Multiple rushers break through to drop him for the 7th time this game.
Pardon my vocabulary isn't that great, but to me, there's only one word that fits this front 7 today, and that's dominant. 4 and 5 sacks is already rare in one game. Getting to more than 6 in one contest while winning by this many points, an absolutely astounding effort by every player involved.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Back to throw. That winds up pushing him back 11 yards on the sack. And that'll bring up 3rd.
Talk about 2 sides of the ball at cross purposes, because mercifully this game's almost over for the offense, but the defense, they still want to get a few shots in. That front 7, they've loved this ball game. They've been able to pad their stats, and maybe some backups can get in and get a sack as well.
The Giants on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This will be 3rd and forever. A handoff to Barkley. And this one will be taken up. They'll spot it right at the 7. 4 yards on the pickup there, but it's going to take him to 4th down. Here's Johnny Hacker now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Taking on the midfield logo. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Eagles will have great starting field position here as they take over. Philadelphia getting set to take the field.
Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard. But they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives. And I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate. But we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way that this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
And he'll be brought down at about the 42. They had 3 yards on first down, just 1 yard there. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. And the line to gain here is the 37 on third down. They'll stay on the ground with Swift. 92 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
Brandon, sometimes it just comes down to the power of suggestion, because I know exactly what they said all week long. We're coming off the open week. We'll have the fresher legs in the fourth quarter, and they will wilt when we get to that point. And right now, it appears that they're thinking that exact thing.
Yeah, offensively, they had the bye last week. Defensively, did not. Is that really a big factor? Is that more talk during the week?
I think the more that you talk about it, the more that you emphasize it, the more sometimes it comes true for your team.
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Well, business as usual for them. Well on their way to another victory. Riding a serious wave of momentum from what we've seen. And so far, they haven't met their match. So if you're going to play this team in the future, your mission is clear. You better be ready to play and match their firepower.
Elliott on for the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So that drive, 4 plays. And a pretty good run there in the end to top it off.
Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. And the Giants ready to come out now.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Back to throw here. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd.
Well, have a game, sir, why don't you? A sack earlier and an exclamation point here late in the game, and this one won by his side of the ball. They played so well, surprised he didn't get his 2nd sack earlier.
There he goes, left side.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run.
Well, this was a blowout supported by both sides of the ball today, Charles. It would be easy to look at the offense and say, man, they were clicking, and they were, but don't forget about the effort by this defense as well.
Yeah, they weren't going to let up just because the lead was safe. They wanted to play as big a part in this game as their offense did in making this blowout. They needed to be noticed as well, and they played accordingly.
So for the Eagles,
they continue to cruise as they move to 8-0 now on the campaign.
And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Mile High to take on the Broncos. Meanwhile, for the Jets, the loss will drop them to 6-3 now on the year. And they're going to get an extra week to stew over this as they're not back in action until week 11. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.
First off, my name Toad, but it's really Tobe Chuku. Got a BM that keep my season, that keep me fruitful. Grew up wearing platinum FUBU on the Southwest eating fufu. And the hammer that I keep don't come with nails. Look, I ain't know who Bill Burr was until I met the man. Half my married to the street where